In today's age, everybody has access to smart devices and the internet, which gives you immediate and cross-continent communication. Yet, it is hard to believe that the same technology that brings you together also draws you apart. Face-to-face interactions are now heavily competing with digital emotions, and personal exchanges are being replaced with status broadcasts and timeline posts. Is technology driving you into isolation, or are you plunging in technology because you have found your comfort in being alone? Either way, you should be concerned. A 2015 study published by the Association for Psychological Science performed a meta-analysis of more than 3 million participants. The study found that the lack of social relationships is deadlier than obesity, smoking, and other environmental factors that are well known to cause early death. But what characterizes lonely people? Everybody experiences stress at many times of their lives. It could be a challenge at work, a relationship issue, or a new child. It might as well be financial troubles or sickness. Lonely people do not suffer more stressful events than others, but they deal with such events on their own. Lonely people also suffer more chronic stress, and their memories of childhood hardships stain their feelings forever. They feel more threatened and helpless when challenged, and they are less motivated to reach out for help. But why are lonely people at a higher risk of dying early? The study observed consistently high levels of the hormone epinephrine in lonely people's blood. As one of the body's fight-and-flight activators, epinephrine causes wear and tear, which accelerates the process of aging and deterioration of the human body. What makes matters worse is that lonely people get low-quality sleep, which they need more than others in order to counter the effects of stress. As a result of being more vulnerable to stress than others and being subjected to long-term effects of stress, lonely people are at a much higher risk of dying early, more so than a heavy smoker or an obese person. So, if you sometimes enjoy free weekends or going to the movies on your own, are you at risk? Being alone is not the same as being lonely. You only become lonely when you feel unhappy about your levels of social contact and desire more. Some may feel perfectly comfortable with solitude. One study found that people can only enjoy solitude when they are securely attached, and in contrast, secure attachment is not possible without potential for aloneness. Interestingly, that means you cannot have one without the other. The key factor that decides whether you are lonely or not is your own perception. So it may be true that today's technology can trap you in a solitary corner, but that does not make you lonely unless you surrender to replacing the warmth of personal relationships with cold digital contacts. Remember that it's up to you, and try to find the sweet spot that balances both interactions in your life.